Uncle Amadi has laid a curse on Vivian, but that is not even my problem right now. My problem is, why is Uncle Amadi leaving? Uncle Amadi is the only person in that house who is so intentional about uncovering a lot about Vivian. Every other person to me in that house is chasing shadows, because Uncle Amadi is the only one who is keeping track of Vivian's movements, calls, and all the rest of them. Every other person in that house just understand that Vivian is one ranting, nagging, woman they married. But nobody is intentional about uncovering a lot about Vivian. Now we will talk about Helen. Yes, Helen started at the point, but Helen is so worried about Ben and Mark action that she has forgotten that there is a bigger problem here. Which happens to be Vivian. Now, Helen is no longer talking about Uju's death. Helen is no longer talking about, the feeling that she had earlier. Initially, I thought that Helen is someone who would have just uncovered everything about Vivian, got to understand, a lot about Vivian. But Helen is just deviating. Helen is concentrating more on things that are just irrelevant to me. Because, yes, Ben and Mark are brothers, and brothers at a point, must fall out. Okay, they must have issues. Even twin brothers have issues. Talk more of people that are not twin. But Helen is so engrossed in this issue that she's no longer thinking of what happened to Uju. She's no longer trying to find out anything about Vivian. I said it in one of my videos. I said, why is Helen not gathering information about what led to Uju's demise? Why is it that Helen is concentrating more on things that are so irrelevant at this time? Mama, on the other hand, like I said, she's old and she can do little or nothing at this point. She's just going to pray that, her family comes back to what it used to be. But Mama cannot do a lot at this time to salvage the situation in that house, okay? Then Ben is just, so engrossed with the revenge mission that he doesn't even care to find out where is this problem actually coming out from. At the beginning, during that time that Mama traveled, I saw Helen and Ben working together, and I was like, yes, Vivian's end is close and all that. But it's like Helen, or rather Ben, is so engrossed with the fact that he just wants to teach Mark a lesson. He just wants to position them in a way that they will understand their stand in the house, and he's not concentrating on what is even the problem. Nobody is talking about Vivian's issue again. Everybody now just see Vivian as one irrelevant person who should not, or who one should not waste his or her time with, because they find her that she's ranting and all that. Nobody is taking Vivian serious. That is why I am so pained that Uncle Amadi is leaving the house, because he's the only one who, like I said earlier, is intentional about uncovering a lot about Vivian. I expected this episode to be about Uncle Amadi trying to dig more to find out who Vivian has been speaking to on phone, just like he said in the last episode, where he was just trying to put two and two together to find out who Vivian was speaking with and all that. I expected more in this episode, but then they just change the whole thing and all that. Okay, the twist, let's just see where this heads to. So guys, Uncle Amadi called them and was just giving accolade and correcting those that needs to be corrected. And when he goes to Vivian was so furious because Uncle Amadi advised Mark that, see, if you know that this marriage is not working, please, it's okay to walk away. Anything that deals with your sanity and happiness should not be tolerated in your life. And Vivian was so furious that Uncle Amadi was encouraging Mark to divorce her. Well, Vivian got so angry and was just talking to Uncle Amadi anyhow. Let's just say that Uncle Amadi, did not least expect that from Vivian, because everybody already knows Vivian by now. But then he went ahead to lay a curse on Vivian, and he was like, if Vivian do not want peace, if Vivian wants to cause breakage in the home, if Vivian wants to disorganize the home, that Vivian will run mad and not have a home to call her own anymore. Well, if you're an African, you understand the implication of what Uncle Amadi has said, because Vivian does not really understand what is going on. Vivian is just so full of herself herself. Vivian doesn't know what she has gotten herself into. Oh, I feel for her. So Uncle Amadi laid a curse on Vivian, and she was just like, you needed to see the expression. To her, this person is just ranting and all that. And we in Africa understand that that is a very heavy curse to lay on somebody, because Vivian is someone who is guilty of what, Uncle Amadi said before laying that curse. And guys, is a whole lot. Now I am so angry that Uncle Amadi is leaving that house. I feel like things will fall apart at this time, because it's just like a lot is going to happen. The only person who would have uncovered Vivian and her atrocity is leaving the house. And Vivian is someone who you should not even give a minute space. Vivian can, become anything at any time. Vivian can take any, she's so quick at taking actions that even before you blink, Vivian would have committed a lot already. So I feel like Uncle Amadi leaving the house right now is not the best at all. Is not. So guys, what do you think? Do you think that Uncle Amadi leaving the house is going to cause a lot of issues in that house? Do you think that they are just delaying this episode for no just reason, or rather this series for no just reason? Do you think that Helen will take up the mantle of trying to dig out a lot about what led to Uju's demise and who Vivian is truly? What do you think, guys? And about what Uncle Amadi advised Ben, do you think that Ben is actually doing a lot? Do you think that Vivian, or rather Helen, should just allow her family be and focus on herself? Because Uncle Amadi actually talked to Helen that, see, don't get drowned in your quest to make sure that everything is perfect in your home. Because see, we Nigerians will always say, wahala no dey finish. This invariably means that family problems will always come up. So if you're kind of pending activities concerning your life because you want to solve family problems, just know that family problem doesn't end. Family problem will always come up. There are some that you just have to ignore. Do the ones you can do and ignore the ones you can't. Because if you decide to solve all family problem, trust me, it's going to be a whole lot on you. So guys, what do you think about this? Do you think that the curse that Uncle Amadi laid on Vivian is going to take effect on Vivian's life? Is Ben going to calm down based on what Uncle Amadi have said? Is Mark going to divorce Vivian? Is he going to be reasonable for once right now? Or is he just going to be is he just going to continue like someone who they are using remote to control? Drop your opinion in the comment section, guys, and I will see you all in my next video. But before then, if you're yet to follow this page, please follow this page, because the game this week is to get us to 5,000 followers. And if you are watching from my YouTube channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Until I come your way in my other video, please do drop your opinion in the comment section. Bye bye, guys.